We are live. Yay, there we go. Hey, everybody. My name's Gary. We're going to go play Baritone Ukulele today. I'm going to go post it on our website. First, the link that everybody needs to log in here. It is jollyrogerukulele.com is where we keep all of our sheet music and daily links and our schedule and all that good stuff. So swing by there, pick up what you need, and we'll get ready to rock here in a few minutes. It's 2:02. We'll start in about 3 minutes. Today we are playing update. Let me just say, I'll scroll down, make sure this thing works. Today we're playing Simple Gifts, and which is my favorite song, oddly. And we are also going to be playing Vive, Compagnie, which is our book 2 song. And yeah, that's what we're up to. And yep, link is working. I look ridiculous. That's all. That's my. It makes you take a photo of yourself every day when you set up the stream, and there you go. So I try to make a goofy photo every single time. I'm running out of ideas, so they're getting more ridiculous because I have less ideas. Good morning, Carol, or good afternoon, Carol. Again, Carol is logging in a lot of hours. She lives over to the west of me. And today, the music today is beautiful. It's really nice stuff. And so hopefully you'll have fun with it today. Not hard stuff today, not particularly challenging. Well, I should put it this way. Everything in music is hard, everything. But this is not the level of hard of some of the stuff we have to work on. So yeah, every day we're doing some intro to baritone stuff to get everybody who wants to learn how to play baritone up to speed, and then we're also doing some book 2 baritone stuff, and a lot of that has to do with just more complex, more interesting, more chords, more advanced thinking, and so every day we're doing something cool on baritone. Jack is here. Aloha to you. Diane is in. Hello. 10 a.m. will be better for you? Okay, good. We do have to talk about that. We'll talk about it today and tomorrow, and then we'll have a week off, and then we'll adjust it. The problem I'm having right now is, honestly, I wake up in the morning and I'm in a panic to get sheet music done. And I think if I move all of this to the morning, that will eliminate that panic, and then I will have the afternoons where I can actually get the sheet music written. Baritone music, oddly enough, is extremely time consuming because there's basically, you end up doing double the work from ukulele because you end up thinking, all right, this is the best key for baritone, which means converting it to that key, and then you also have to think about if I'm going to have this piece of music available also for it to be played as an ensemble piece with other ukulele players. I got to do that as well, and so there's always this, like, it feels like double work with baritone. And even though it's the same process, it's oddly time consuming, and I want to make sure that I don't ever want to just rush stuff out and say, here, it's good enough, use that. I really want this stuff that you guys get to be good, because to be perfectly honest, the vast majority of people will be just fine playing baritone ukulele and not guitar. Not everybody, of course. Some people like that just super duper heavy duty challenge of guitar or piano or whatever, but not everybody. And the average person probably is not ready for that level of work. So I think baritone offers a really nice middle of the road option. Not quite as hard as guitar. Sounds pretty good. Not quite as good as guitar. Definitely gives you an alternative to playing ukulele, and rational size to hold. All that stuff. Lots of good stuff about it. So I do want us to spend a little bit more time on this until we get a really fine program together. And of course, you guys are on the leading edge, the cutting edge of turning this into something to make sure that once the system makes sense, you can start sort of leaning on people to say, hey, you should try it too, kind of thing. All right. Anytime. Jag will work anytime. Okay, that's good. Terry, howdy, good afternoon. Vic, hello. Vic, I know Vic is spending a lot of hours with me, so I'm assuming Vic's good for whatever time slot we put her in. On time, ready for baritone. Simple Gifts. Yes, Simple Gifts. And Terry, the 10 a.m. can work, although I will miss a few, but I can make it work. Yeah, and guys, you guys know how it works, right? If you miss a time or two, that's okay. That's not abnormal, and you know you have resources to make it up if you miss, or don't make it up. You know, whatever. It just okay. Very quickly, I keep forgetting to talk about this board behind me, but important. You guys remember you have a little 8 on the bottom of your clef. That means the sound that's coming out of your baritone is a full octave lower than what's written on the paper. That is something that you just have to, you know that in your head, but don't let it over affect you, because you're going to play on the treble clef. That's what you're going to play. Your lowest note, you don't even have that note. Okay. Now you do have this note, but on this paperwork, you don't have it. Your lowest note is a D. That's this string right here. And you don't even have that note. But nevertheless, I want you to find your middle C. You actually have a middle C on your instrument, and you're actually going to be playing it quite a bit today. So I want you to figure out where your middle C is, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Where the heck is your real middle C, and then what would be your written middle C? Now, you don't have a written middle C for this instrument, which is kind of cool, but you really do have a middle C. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. More importantly, for those of you guys who are thinking, you know what, I want to know a little bit more how music works, understanding the treble clef is important, okay? And the treble clef, that's this fancy thing. You all are drawing it at home every day now, right? Making sure you can do it without looking at it. Clefs are ideas. They're not real. They're just a theoretical concept. We put notes in an order so that they're readable. So they're just an idea. They're not real. Like tablature is real, right? It's a string and it's a fret, and you know exactly what that stuff means. But for clefs, they're just a theoretical construct. For you guys, go back to second grade. You were taught this in second grade, probably, and you probably forgot it unless you've been involved with music all along. Every note on this bottom line of a clef is going to be an E. So we use the word every. Every note on here is going to be a G. Good. Every note on this line is going to be a B. Every note here is a D. And every note up here is an F. Now, there are notes above here, and there are notes below here, and we don't show those. For baritone, your low note will show up as a D note here, and you're going to go noticeably above the treble clef when you're playing. And we'll talk again tomorrow about, while the notes on the paper are higher up, they're actually not really that high in true sound quality. You will be playing, remembering this phrase, every good boy deserves fudge. Some of you learned it as every good boy does fine, but that's the notes that are going to be on the scale. In between the lines are spaces, and if a note appears here, it's an F, A, C, E, so face. And it's so funny, I have my other computer sitting here, and it puts up pictures from your life, and one of the pictures that just showed up was my cat Bessie, and she's all sprawled out crazy. She was a very sweet cat. We got her very late in life and didn't have her very long, but she was a super sweet cat. Anyway, what she was probably saying, and knowing Bessie, was, just shut up and play some music, will you? So the things to memorize: every good boy deserves fudge, and FACE. Know that the name of this is the trick question from yesterday. This little line here that's below the clef, called a ledger line. You guys will be having ledger lines above the treble clef on your instrument, and not really below the instrument. There are lots of notes down here, bass clef and so on, and then there are notes above here, and you will be playing some of the notes above here. Okay, it's just that when you play, they're actually going to sound an octave lower than they're written. Okay, all right, that's that. Lanny says hello again. He's back in. Let's see, Pele, I finally got connected to this class. I'm always having problems getting connected. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here, Pele. Okay, Pele's a legit baritone player. And, Michelina finally bothered to get around to getting it. Good to see you, Michelina. All right, so that's your music theory. Your quest tonight is to figure out where this note, middle C, shows up on your ukulele. Okay, that's your job. All right, grab simple gifts. Let's run through that. Music today is not challenging, guys. Well, let's put it this way. Music is always challenging. This is not as challenging as some of the stuff you've been working on this week. So we're going to use a C chord. G chord. And that's it. That's it. That's the 2 chords. Okay. So hopefully that feels good. Let's sing. As you guys know, I am not trying to prove that I am a singer. I'm trying. It will be readily apparent that I am not. And that opens my mouth. But that's not really what we work on. Those of you guys higher level players, not really even higher level, just make sure you're sometimes thinking about this is a strum pattern. Sometimes this is a strum pattern. Sometimes that is a strum pattern. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down to where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in a place that is right, it will be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we won't be ashamed. To turn and turn, it will be our delight, till by turning and turning we come round. Okay. This piece of music, old-fashioned Protestant dance tune from 1840s. We know this song because Aaron Copland snagged it and put it in his New World Symphony, and now we sort of study the song separate from the symphony. The symphony is okay, but this piece of music is awesome. Okay, I love this song. Now, so those are your chords. Not a ton to be talked about on chords. If you are a singer, be thoughtful of, am I going to play "'Tis a gift to be simple," or am I going to play "'Tis a gift to be simple," or am I going to play "'Tis a gift to be simple," or am I going to play "'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free." Right, so you're thinking about different strum patterns. You could even be doing this one. "'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free." You find your way of making the song happen. Singers, you want to be as diverse and as weird and as crazy and have as many options on your right hand as possible. If you're not a singer, you still need all those skills as well. And especially as baritone players, you'll end up playing a lot of chords and a lot of accompaniment. So having some smart ideas about what your right hand can do, very important. Now let's play the melody. Here's what's kind of fun about this melody. It's ones and it's threes. You're not even going to need your middle finger. Cut it off. From the top, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Played it kind of fast, so hopefully either I left you in the dust or you kept up. So when it's ones and threes, you just got to really sort of get out of your own way, let your index and ring finger do their job, just get them on the right strings is the hard part, right? Valerie finally made it in. Stupid computers, right? Here's the interesting thought. Prior to 1983, when the Macintosh little box showed up, we would never have met, any of us, right? And then that led to, the little box led to the boxes all being connected, and then eventually turned into this. So yeah, they are a pain though, right? When they don't work, you're just like, okay. Now, let's walk through the tough uke, and nice and slow, peaceful. This is an old Protestant song. It's actually got a very Buddhist message to it, and so what it should be saying is, "Hey, I'll be fine if you play me slow." That's what this song is. Grab your grab your C chord. Okay, a couple of zeros. Nice little strum here. Again, and make sure you're resting on that bottom string there. You're not playing it, so you rest there. Okay, hit the 3, and then a nice full C chord. 101. Back to your C chord, pinky finger on the 3rd fret. 3-1. Back to your C chord. 3-1. 0-0-3. The 2 3s again. Nice. 0-0-3 again. Hit the 1. 0-0-3. Open. 0-0-3. 0-0-0. Nice C chord again. 0-1-3. 0-3-0. 1, and then C chord with your pinky. 3-1. C chord. 3-1. 0-0-3. 3-3. All opens. And then nice C chord. And that's a half note, so it's quite a little ways between the net there and the next note. Add your pinky. And a regular C chord. Another C chord. Whoops, I'm sorry. 3. Then the C chord. 103. Partial C chord. Grab the 3. Another C chord. 0-1. C chord with your pinky. 1-0. 0-0-3. 3-0. 0-0-3. 0. Page 2. F partial C chord. 1-3. Nice C chord. 3-0-1. C chord with your pinky. 3-1. C chord. 3-1. 0-0-3. All open. Again. 0-0-3. F C chord. Ring. And make sure you let that ring for a while. One of the things I'm hearing as I'm playing along through this is just those two just sustaining sounds, and the longer we can let those go and just let them ring out, the prettier and more pretty, the prettier and more pretty, the pretty and pretty and pretty, the connectedness of the overall tonality of the song, it really helps out. Is the more we can just let these guys ring and stay, hit them and then try to let them ring out as long as possible. It creates a really nice environment for the melody to live in. All right, let's play it together. Okay, those of you who are, it's really meant to be a thumb down song, but you can also play it with your claw. Okay, what I think I will do, I think I will start the song with playing claw, and then when I get to measure 9, I'm going to switch to thumb. Okay, so you can see, so you get a sense of what both of them sound like. Usually, I like when I'm playing a full arrangement of a more complicated song, I like to mix it up. On this song, I probably wouldn't necessarily do that, but let's do it this time and see what happens and see if it makes any difference. You'll get 2 totally different textures. Sometimes one's better than the other, but it's worth messing around and trying to figure out which one's best. So I'm going to do the first 8 measures with a pluck, and then the last 8 measures with a strum. Okay, from the top, 1, 2, 3. going to switch to a strum. I just added a high C chord on at the end because it sounds pretty. Right? Question, comments, or concerns? Pretty little piece. That is my favorite song. There you go. I don't know why. It just is. Love it. And gives you a chance to have a nice melody that's very simple chord structure, not complicated melody, but you bring the two together and you really get something. And of course, the baritone definitely helps you out overall. It sounds fine on ukulele. I really like it on ukulele, but it sounds even better on a baritone. And yeah, so there's that. Okay, we'll keep moving forward. That's Simple Gifts. We'll play that again tomorrow. That's a song you can put a little bit of energy and time into and have something really nice. Let's go grab Vive la Compagnie and see how that one goes. Remember, Bailey says, please show that last chord you played. Oh, after the whole song, yeah. So remember, this is the low C chord, 2010. Its buddy is your high C chord. It's a bar on 5 with your pinky on 8. Okay, that's also a C chord. Okay, so that's the one I put at the end. 5, 5, 5, 8. It's a nice chord setup because when you do this one, you actually have a C note sitting right there, so it sounds very complete. That's a fun way to end it. Okay. Yeah. Vive la Compagnie. Let's run through our chords real quick. I'll sing a little bit of it. This is a fun one. This, especially on baritone, has a very masculine feel to this song. Like, I need to lift up something heavy. Chords are not complicated. Overall, there's really only one thing in here. I got one note on. Normally, my sheet music is littered with notes. I have one note, and so when I get there, I'll tell you what it is. All right. First chord is a G chord. Let every good, and then you're gonna go to your A minor. Okay, index first, middle and ring jump on. Hello now. You're just going to leave your index where it is, drop these two down to get to D7, join in this, and then slide forward. Viva la. Pull your index finger back and pull this back. And then back to the G chord. Hit it again. Success to each other and pass it along. Viva la Compagnie. Okay, and then you're gonna use a G chord some more. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amore. D7. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amore. It's really high for my voice. Viva l'amore. Viva l'amore. Viva la Compagnie. That's it. So it's really a beautiful set of chords. Nothing super complicated, but they really have a richness to them. Now, if this is the kind of song you go look on the internet, on YouTube, and it's always, these a cappella choirs that love to do this song because it sounds really cool when you get all of the singers with their various note patterns in there. It can be really beautiful. Also, the message behind the song. If you haven't read the lyrics, you should go through and read them. They're very uplifting. We're all sticking together, and if we can't stick together, well, at least we'll have great memories of today. It's got that feeling to it. All right, let's play through it real quick. Okay, I'm going to do, again, I think I'm going to do plucking for the first part and strumming for the second part. When you're in 6/8, it's really in 2. So it's let every good fellow now join in this song. So it's very much of a march feeling to it. So just make sure you're changing your chord every single beat. From the top, 1, 2. Let every good fellow now join in this song. Vive la compagnie. Success to each other and pass it along. Vive la compagnie. Vive la, vive la, vive l'amour. Vive la, vive la, vive l'amour. Vive l'amour, vive l'amour, vive la compagnie. You repeat the whole thing, play through it all 4 times. The last time through, skip measure 16. It's supposed to be one of these swashbuckling sounds, so that nice boom, 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 every chord kind of thing really sounds cool. All right, let's play the melody. Not too much. This isn't the world's greatest melody, but it's okay. All right, and this is where I'll tell you where your secret is. Okay, so play the 3s. 1, 2. Sorry. 2. Now on these 7s, use your ring finger, and you'll see why in just a second. Go up to the 7, use your ring finger, go. Pinky on 8. Index on 5. Okay. If you hear the words going in your head, it makes sense, but the melody itself is a little iffy overall. But again, exactly what we would expect a bunch of fellows down at the bar. We don't want it to be too complex. They're not great singers either. Now, let's put it together as our final tough uke of the week, and then we'll talk about the rest of the week and next week and the week after that. Okay, so tough uke, please. From the top, nice and slow. We'll walk through it all, and then we'll play it a couple times. Okay, so grab, and I won't tell you everything. You guys are okay on this. Ready, play. 3, 3, strum, 3, 3, A minor. Add your pinky. Pull your pinky back to the 2. Open. Probably just a regular D chord. Open. 1, 0, 0, 0. G chord. Hardest thing in the book, D chord with your pinky up on 5. Lose the pinky, 0, 0, 0, 3. Same thing again. Ring finger on 7. Pinky on 8, bar on 5. That's exactly the same chord that Paley and I were just talking about right there. Okay, your high D7, 0, 5, 5, and then add your 7 up here. You might want to use your pinky on 7. I use my ring because I can. Okay, 5, 7, 5. Ring finger down to the 7. Drop it down to the 3. Add the 2 on the top string. Bar on 5. Ring on 7. Regular D7. Ring finger up. Back down. And then a G chord. And I've got a couple of decorative notes there. I'm not positive that they do any good there. I was thinking, oh, they'll lift us up and do the repeat. I'm going to put a big question mark on 16, whether those last two zeros are necessary or not. Okay, let's play it 2 times through. Play it any way you want. If you want to play chords, play chords. If you want to play melody, play melody. If you want to play tough, play tough. Here we go. 1, 2. To the top. Ring finger. Fancy C at the end. Fancy G at the end, I guess I should say. Or you can do this one. No, you can't do that one. The other G, I don't remember where the other G is. Oh, it's up here. None of them sound any better. Just put a regular G on the end. All right. There's La Vive, Vive la Compagnie. I hope you like that one. I really think that's a pretty song. I just think, I don't know, just has a pleasantness about it. And you're supposed to play it 4 times through. And by the time the 4th time through, you're like, okay, that's enough. All right, let's see. All right, so, all right, next up. Let's talk about next week and the week after a little bit, or tomorrow, next week and the week after a little bit. Tomorrow we have our concert, okay? So tomorrow we'll be playing Estudio by Torrega. That's the good piece for the week. Vive la Compagnie is the fun piece for the week. We'll also be playing All Through the Night. Remember that beautiful lullaby we studied on Monday. Home on the Range. That's a tremendous song on baritone. We'll be doing the key of D arpeggio. That's a pretty tough going there, but I think honestly, it's one of the keys to becoming a fine instrumentalist is those arpeggios. So we'll be doing that. We may not do them in this order, obviously, and then we'll play Simple Gifts again, which is again, you want to take that seriously because I take that song seriously. So there's that. So that will be for tomorrow. So spend a little bit of time tonight just getting your act together and being ready for tomorrow, and then after that. Next week I'm gone. Okay, so use this time slot. Don't you not show up. You still show up to your music stand in this time slot. Play through the songs. I will post some songs for you over the weekend so that you have some stuff to work on. We are moving into Christmas music season, and as I've been giving the same speech at every class today, you're a musician now. You are a musician now. That means you will relinquish certain rights. Number one, it relinquishes your rights to increase your income. Your income will always be less now. The second thing it does is mean that you're going to be playing Christmas music, and no matter what tradition you grew up in, whether you did grow up in the pro-Christmas music tradition or the anti-Christmas music tradition or the, I don't know, they just play it at this time of year tradition. As a musician, you're going to end up playing some of it. It's like if you are in the Berlin Philharmonic, you're going to to be playing some Beethoven. Nobody cares what your opinion is. So we'll be tossing in a little bit of the holiday music. We will have some of the GZC stuff, and we'll have some of the Frosty the Snowman stuff. We will have some of the traditional tunes that are everybody knows that have been around for 400 years, and then we'll have some modern stuff as well. So my goal is, I have not done any of that for baritone. If I remember right, very little of it for baritone. So I'll be working pretty hard for you guys to get you as good of a book as I get for the ukulele players and the guitar players. I got easy 50, 60 songs that I don't think we'll do them all, but we will certainly do lots of them. And I want you to have a really solid arsenal of holiday music, so that by the time December 25th goes around, you take it, you put it in a separate pile, and you're like, all right, I'll see you again in November. And then we'll be working on that next week. And then the following week, when I do return, we are moving this class up to the 10 a.m. time, my time, whatever time that is your time, but it'll be the mornings from now on. I'm going to do guitar at 9 a.m. and then baritone at 10 a.m. There's some madness or method behind my madness. What happens right now is I spend all day, all morning in ukulele, and then when I get to you guys, I'm like, oh, I gotta get a baritone brain, and it's an okay lead up into guitar, but I have to rethink my noggin. Whereas if I start in guitar and I go to baritone, it makes a lot more sense. And then for me, it's pretty easy to switch back over into ukulele brain. But this class sometimes is like, oh, I keep calling it a C chord when it's really an F chord or whatever, and or the opposite of that, I think is what I meant to say. So, and I know for a few of you, this is your time slot. This is the only time you could do it, and you may not be able to switch, but I'm hoping you will. I'm hoping this class, hopefully the baritone is meaningful to you in a different way than any of the other instruments you play. This thing is going to be a really very social instrument for you. People love it when you come to the ukulele strum along with the baritone, and you know what you're doing, so that you can play along with them. It creates a bigger sound for the whole rest of the group, and so hopefully that's making some sense to you, and also that you're telling other people about this instrument. This is a cool thing. It sounds beautiful, and it's way less stress and work than some of the other instruments, and so and it fits your hand nice, the whole thing. We've talked about it a million times. So that's my plan. Thank you all for being here. I will see all of you tomorrow for concert, and again, thank you for coming in. Questions, comments, or concerns? Otherwise, off you go. We're out early today. I knew we would be, and you got plenty of time to get your stuff ready for tomorrow. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'll see you tonight, Pele. Yeah, we do 8 o'clock guitar class tonight. Those of you guys that are involved with the guitar program, we'll see you guys at 8 o'clock tonight. We're doing Imagine and Wonderful World on guitar, which is it's my way of sort of easing them into Christmas music, right? Because those aren't really Christmas songs, but you only hear them at Christmas time, and so they sort of become de facto Christmas music. All right, that's it. All right, you bet, Terry. Good to see you. You guys aren't talking back to me. You're all busy playing baritone. You're busy playing with Vive la Compagnie. So I'm gonna hit the button. You guys have a great afternoon. Be safe. Do good. Keep practicing. Keep showing up. That's the key. And like and subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow.